Everything you need to know now. WHBC.com. Powered by SARTA. Creating and connecting opportunities one ride at a time.
Oh, welcome to a Thursday morning. It's going to be 80 degrees today.
I see 8.
I wish.
Oh, eight. See, I for some reason,
You moved that decimal point.
I had a big zero next to that. Yep.
that'd be
It's
nice.
80. It's 80 in July. It'll be 8 degrees right this very moment. How are you?
Doing great.
Good. How are you?
Matt and Rachel are here from Roars. Of course, this is Let's Grow Together with Roars Nursery and Garden Center. And you can find us live on Facebook, live on our YouTube channel, right here on the radio as well. If you want to give us a call, please do. 330-450-1480. You can also send those questions to me, pcook@whbc.com. So we'd be more than happy to. They'll be happy to answer questions for you. So everybody surviving the weather
just
and everything. seems like?
hibernating as much as possible. So.
Cooking.
Yeah, I was
Cooking.
going to say,
Yeah,
it sounds like
Matt's
we've been doing a lot of cooking.
He is cooking. We should have had like a cook-off for the Super Bowl, you know, because
So me and my neighbors, we get together in our neighborhood and we do something called Super Bowl Sunday, and everybody brings their
Nice.
best soup. And
Nice.
we all get together and watch the game. I'm not a huge sports guy, but just getting together with everybody.
I'm
And
a big soup fan.
Yeah.
So.
me too.
I think I'm gonna make my grandma's broccoli cheese this
Oh,
year.
that sounds so
Oh,
good.
it's delicious.
I'll tell you,
like
we
my
used to have those, and here at the radio station, you know, we'd pick a cold when we knew it was going to be like a cold Friday, and we'd have soup day, and everybody would make their soup. We still do it, but I'll never forget our retired general manager Larry Gothrop made homemade wonton soup,
Oh, wow.
and I was like, dude,
A lot of work.
I was going to say, that sounds like a
it
lot
was
of work.
good. It was
And I bet
so good, but
amazing.
that's so awesome. Soup day is like I love that.
I love a good
it.
soup.
I'm
Yeah,
on
me
the
too.
fence. I'm not sure. Stuffed pepper soup or
Ooh, that's good
broccoli.
too.
Broccoli cheese takes so much time. You literally have to stand there and stir it nonstop.
because you don't want it to
Because
burn.
if it burns, throw it away.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
unedible. So,
But you made what soup did you make this week?
a loaded baked potato.
Loaded baked
took
potato
My
Always
first, took my first shot at that, and it turned out all right. I think I'll use a little less sour cream next time. But other than that, it turned out pretty good.
That sounds really good. Yes.
Yes, it does.
Like I
See,
said,
I have too much time. I'm watching too many YouTube videos on cooking this time of year.
You're
so
being productive, though.
it was,
That's good.
I
I
saw
like
one
it.
last night. I sent it to my neighbor. I'm like, hey, we need to do this one night. You actually take garlic. You make your own garlic bread. You don't buy the frozen. You can use a real wide loaf that way. And it's a couple different mixtures of different types of cheeses and then grilled chicken on the top. So you get a little char with it. And yeah,
French bread pizza.
I said, we're going to have to do this one night. He's
That's-
like, I'm in.
yeah, absolutely. That sounds really good. So
that's
many wonderful things we can do in this winter time. But, you know, as we were talking last week, it's time to start thinking ahead, right?
Yes.
We're all planning.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of the growers are starting to reach out. They're like, okay, when do you want to ship? And I'm like, I can't see my loading dock. It's under snow. So I want to ship, but we're trying to set a lot of stuff up. I think normally we'll get our first load in last week of February, first week of March. This year, that's going to be pushed back unless we get a crazy warm up here. So it's going to push us back a couple weeks. I'm trying to set up everything right now for mid-March and hoping by then we've got a warm up. As soon as it gets warm, I want to be able to get all the trucks in, get them unloaded, get everything organized, priced, put out for sale. That way, as in April, as the customers start to roll in, my guys aren't unloading trucks. They're actually able to help the customers.
Yeah.
And so we've been very lucky the last few years. We've had a real mild March, and we got in there and got everything done. I think we'll bring in about 37 semis in the month of March. So-
37 semis. Where do you put all this stuff, honestly?
And when the last few come in, we get out the big shoehorn and just
Oh, my gosh. So what kind of stuff's going to be coming in? Yeah.
So the first couple loads that'll come in are going to be large evergreens, big spruce trees, big arborvitaes. We've actually got some 14-foot evergreens coming in this year, which is larger than we normally have. But we found some really good deals on some nice evergreens for the people that. So I look at it this way: you either have more time or you have more money. A lot of the older folks. They'll have a screen tree die and they're looking at their neighbor. If they put a 5-footer in there, it's not really going to provide screen for them for quite some time. This is a way you can put instantaneous screening. You're talking about a 14-foot wall. So
Okay.
we've got a bunch of those coming in this year. I'm excited about that. Of course, the guys that plant them probably are a little less excited about a
That's a big
14-foot
hole.
tree.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, and that's a service that we provide at the nursery as well. So we sell a lot of stuff to homeowners that take it home and plant it themselves. But then we also offer a planting service for things like that. It's unlikely that most homeowners are going to want to come in and deal with a root ball that weighs 1,800 to 2,000 pounds.
Wow.
So that's going to take special equipment,
Yeah, I was
special
gonna say.
knowledge on how to move it to keep yourself safe, and those working with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and when it's that big,
No
too,
doubt.
we guarantee it for
Right.
You know,
When we plant it, we guarantee it 1 year, 100%. All of our retail sold stuff, we guarantee 3 months, 100%, 1 year, 50%. We found over the years that making sure the customer has a horse in the race helps them get the hose and actually go out there and start to water it. If we cover it 100%, sometimes that doesn't happen.
Right. I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
watering is just kind of one of those things. It's not as cut and dry is what a lot of people think.
Well, and if you plant it like in March or April or May, it's been in the ground 2 or 3 months by the time we get to July, August. And sometimes that thought of it being a new plant isn't new anymore. And so you don't really pay attention to watering. And that first summer is critical. If you can give the plant everything it needs, its root system is going to double or triple in size in that first season. And then it's got a lot more stay power to get through a long dry spell because it's got more roots. The roots have grown deeper into the soil. There's more moisture down deep than there is up shallow. And so the plant's more stable, can make it through. That first year is critical. If they make it through that first year, generally they're good after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of times we hear, well, it rained, and you have to
Yeah.
think of, if it only rained an inch or two,
Right, and
it's still not getting
even
down
a
in
small
there. And-
plant. The root system's 12 inches deep, so you still
A lot
have
of times
to.
they just suck
and
it up,
as
too.
the sun's shining, the wind's blowing, that plant sucking that moisture out of the ground. It's being evaporated through the leaves, and so you have to be putting that water back in the ground.
Yeah, I got to always think about it because, like, we talk about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in those instances, you can't. I shouldn't say can't, but the likelihood is low that you're going to overwater them, right? Do you think?
There are certain plants that are more susceptible to
Yeah.
being overwatered. Rhododendrons and azaleas are big ones. They want moisture, but they don't want too much moisture.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have other plants like a Nishiki willow or one of the willow trees. Okay, it'll grow underwater. You cannot overwater this plant.
Yeah.
If you're buying that plant, and see, the nice thing about Rohr's Nursery is a lot of our staff has got 10, 12, 15, 20, 30 years experience. And those people that you're talking to are going to give you that information. They're going to say, hey, look, you can literally water this every day for an hour a day and you're not going to hurt this plant. Or they're going to say, hey, look, this guy, you really need to dig down in the mulch, grab a handful of the soil, and we teach you how to check and make sure there's enough moisture in the soil. And if not, then you're going to have to add some water to it.
Yeah.
We also have our own custom blended fertilizer that's designed to release over a 6-month time frame. So everybody's pretty good about when they initially plant something, watering it, fertilizing it. But a lot of the fertilizers, most fertilizers, the granulars are designed to be gone in about 4 to 6 weeks. Well, that's just about the time you're starting to think the plant's not new and you get distracted and you're doing other stuff. Our fertilizer, you put it in the ground when you plant it and it's good for the year.
Wow.
So
That's
you don't have
great.
Yeah, and it's very broad spectrum. I mean, you
Yeah,
can use
you
it
can
for
use
perennials,
everything.
annuals, trees, shrubs.
Yep.
That's awesome, too.
Yeah, the girls mix it right in the potting soil when they do custom annual planters because it's continuously feeding. Now and the nice thing about it being such a slow release is you can also use a liquid fertilizer with it, like a Miracle Grow or a Bloom Booster or something like that, where you're mixing that powder with water and you're watering anyways. Throw a scoop of water in that sprinkling can, and then you can kind of have the best of both worlds. I kind of use the analogy, the liquid fertilizer is kind of like a Red Bull. Just gives it a ton of energy, but there's not a lot of stay power. It's gone in 5 to 7 days
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
And so that granular fertilizer is always releasing a little bit. So even when you may forget to do a liquid fertilizer, that granular is always still releasing. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and we kind of recommend that for annuals especially
Yeah.
because they're such a high bloomer and we have such a short period with them. They're using a lot of energy and a lot of that food. So that's really what
Yeah.
we recommend doing. And we constantly are fertilizing as we're watering. We have like the greenhouse on a slow, basically like an IV. We have a siphon. So they're always just getting a little bit of fertilizer every time. So
Okay.
So it just kind of helps keep them blooming.
Yeah, with
and
like
strong.
your annuals and your hanging baskets, planters, if you're just using regular water, you're continually running the nutrients out of that soil.
Yes.
Yeah, they're sucking it up quick.
So they're using it, and some of it's leaching out of the
Mm-hmm.
soil. So it's important to put it back in and just using the combination of the two. And the nice thing about the granular fertilizer, the stuff that we have made for ourselves, that fertilizer is one of the best fertilizers that you can't buy anywhere else. There's a company east of the Mississippi up here in Cleveland and Avon and Huron counties, and they are like one of the largest growers in the country. It's actually their formulation that we got permission to buy. So this company, millions and millions of plants being produced. They're scientists. I mean, we're Roar's Nursery. We're a little bit smaller than that.
There's so much to
but
it.
the
But
nice
you're a
thing is-
scientist, Matt.
Yeah, the nice thing is we have partners like that are willing to help us learn and grow. And so we're able to lean on them and then take advantage of that. And then not only bring it in for us to use ourselves, but then we repackage it and sell that to our
That's
customers
great.
so they can use what the growers are using to produce the plants. And the nice thing is the cost is the same as using a standard fertilizer. There's no additional cost. The cost of the product's the same.
Okay.
So why not use the stuff that's going to last for 6 months? The first year we brought it in, I think we moved a little over a ton of that fertilizer. Last year we moved 7 tons.
Oh my gosh.
So
wow.
that product, when you have that type of result in a few short years, the customers that are using it are seeing the results and they're coming back. Instead of buying the 5-pound bag, they're buying the 10-pound bag or the 15-pound
Gotcha.
bag because they know that it works. They saw it firsthand.
And it's good for your houseplants too, actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody's taking notes because you got to remember this stuff. We'll remind you, though. I'm
Yeah,
sure
oh,
as we
yes.
get closer, we'll remind you. But yeah, be thinking about that and start thinking about what you want to do coming up this spring. If you would like to give us a call this morning, we'd love for you to do that. 330-450-1480. Send an email to me at pcook@whbc.com and I'll pose the questions for you. You're listening to Let's Grow Together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center.
Hi, it's Angie Roar with Roar's Nursery. Spring feels like it's so far away, but at Roar's, we're getting ready for it. Why not get an early start on spring yourself and call now to schedule your appointment with one of our experts to brighten up your landscape? Visit us at Roar's Nursery on Everhard Road, Roar's Nursery on Portage Street, or roarsnursery.com.
Roar's Nursery, we want to be your number one nursery. Roar's Nursery, we want to be your number one nursery.
Timken, Belton, Umstad, Schreiber, these are just some of the community leaders who help bring the Pro Football Hall of Fame to Stark County. The Hall is proud to celebrate this area's football legacy with its new limited time exhibit, Stark County Proud. From the birth of a league to the 5 Hall of Famers from our local high schools, you'll see how the game and Stark County are forever bonded together. Now for a limited time at the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry.
Terry, Terry.
Keep awkwardly
Terry,
chanting your own name, Terry. You
Terry.
deserve it.
Woo!
Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 321321. That's METER to 321321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's a new century.
New century.
For 1480 WHBC.
They say there are needs and wants.
You need and want Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook every morning.
That's where I get my news. 5:30 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday.
On 1480 WHBC.
All right, 20 minutes after 9 on this beautiful Thursday morning. 8 degrees out there, folks. And, you know, I sit in my chair in my living room. I look outside and everything is buried, right? Everything is buried under snow.
Mm-hmm.
But you always tell me that's not a bad thing, right?
No, it's an insulator. It's a good thing.
Especially with this cold weather. That
I mean, it's a good thing for yards and plants.
Okay.
And maybe not so much sitting in my driveway because I can't get my mower out and get it to the mower shop because it's
Matt
blocked.
hasn't gone to the mower shop. I'm
know.
telling everyone.
Somebody else can get their mowers there. Go get them in there, get them serviced.
That's
That way
right.
they're ready to go for you for spring. A lot of times I'll do my own service, but I don't know. Anytime I get into the hydrostatic fluid that runs the transmission in the mowers, let them do that. That's higher tech than I choose to be a part of.
Yeah.
I'll do the oil change or the blade change or something like that. But the rest of that, I don't know. Let them do it. That's what they do for a living.
All right. I have an email here from Lori, and this is very funny because I walked out to my living room this morning. I looked out the window before I turned the light on, and I said, "What the heck is that all about?" She wants to know, why were the trees all frosted over this morning? Did you notice that?
It was, I did.
It was beautiful.
It was really
wasn't
beautiful.
It?
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed it too.
Yeah.
A real light snow, and it stuck to the branches.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we did get a few flurries this morning, and it was
real light.
and the
dusty.
wind
It's
was
almost like a foggy kind of.
Like it almost looked icy.
Yeah.
and the wind was like dead calm. So it just like grabbed hold of those branches and stuck, and good breeze or some sunlight this afternoon, it goes
Taking
away.
it away.
But,
Yeah.
but it is
Yeah.
beautiful.
It was really
when
pretty.
that happens. 'Cause
It was.
It's not always like that.
Because I thought
Right.
it was icy at
So
first.
did
I looked
I.
out and I'm like, oh my gosh, it didn't rain.
Right. I'm like,
You know,
it
that
can't be
can't
icy.
happen. Yeah.
Same. I did the same
Yeah.
thing. I'm sure Lori did the same thing as why she's asking. But I was like, oh my God, yeah, what is that about? I thought, boy, are the roads going to be, oh no.
Yeah, I thought
leave
that too,
earlier
but
for work and, all that fun stuff. So. Yeah,
it was pretty.
I love how he's got. You have so
Prepared.
much.
Yeah.
You're ready. He's got
This
this
is what
big
winter's
list.
good for. We do have a lot of
He's a big list,
planning
folks.
and yes.
Yeah, and if you know
So-
what, I'll just say quickly, if you are thinking, maybe you haven't done this before, but you're thinking of getting a lawn care service, somebody to cut your grass for you or pick up leaves or any of those things, you better get calling them right now, right?
Now's
Right
perfect
now's the
to be
time,
doing it.
especially in between the storms. Now, if you make a phone call to a landscape company that also plows during a snow event, don't expect a call back for a few days. Let us get the snow cleaned up, then we'll get back to calling customers. But it's really important if you want to be on the list for work to be done for sure in the first half of this year. That needs to be getting scheduled right now.
Yeah, you'll feel good getting that off your checklist.
If you come in May and it's going to be September, October, and I always have customers like, well, why is it such a long wait? Well, it's because we're good and we're reputable. We do a good job. It takes time to do good work. If you can find somebody to come to your house next week in the middle of May, don't let them on your property.
Yeah, right, exactly. There's a reason why they have time.
And it hits quick too, especially with like the landscaping and if you're doing a new design or something like that, like the season just comes on all at once. So we have such a short window.
and we work with a lot of customers, especially on new builds or where we're going to gut it and completely start from scratch. We'll do a master plan, and that allows the customer to look at everything that can be done and then work on it in phases.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is do the front yard and then go to do work in the backyard and have to drive over the front yard. It's counterproductive.
Yeah.
You're costing yourself money. You're damaging work that was already done. And so we set up kind of a game plan to work our way from the back of the property to the front of the property, cleaning everything up.
Okay.
And it's just going to go smoother when you have a plan.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I always kind of tell customers too. Like, especially if they're doing a big overhaul and a new bed, just take it in steps because it can be overwhelming. And then next thing you know, you've got, all this new stuff, and you got all these things to take care of, and
we work with a lot of customers in the nursery, as well as like our landscape designers work with customers, of course. But in the nursery, we'll have customers come in a lot of times and they're doing the work themselves. And so that's one of the main things we say, let's get a game plan going. And yeah, it can be expensive to do some landscaping, so you'll pick away at it in stages. But what you don't want to do is do a little over here, a little over there, a little over here, a little over there, and then nothing looks good. You've worked really hard.
And then you got the hose going over here, over there,
So work at it in phases. Do the front of the house, work on the side of the house, work on the back of the house. We're going to go through it in phases. That way everything's smooth. And you, the more you see an accomplishment, like when you get that bed done and it's completely planted and it looks good, it encourages you to do more.
Right.
Instead of spending a ton of money and time and hard work and not having anything look good.
Yeah, and it's not, got to be organized. Got to have the plan. Got to have the plan, because if you don't, like you said, it is going to be one of those things.
Yeah, it can get kind of crazy really quickly.
These guys get busy, so.
Yes. Yeah, it comes on all at once. So.
I've gotten a lot of calls back and emails back, and so we're really starting to see what plant material we got. And what I mean by when I say that is, we put our orders in July, August. Mm-hmm. We don't find out till almost Christmas time what they're actually going to give us.
And this is like trees and shrubs.
Yeah, trees and shrubs.
Trees and shrubs.
Yeah. So we're ordering almost a year in advance from when we're receiving them, but we don't know until about 3 to 4 months before we get the product in what we're actually getting. Mm-hmm. We're buying and hoping that they say yes to everything that we ask for. And there was a few things that we call them holes in the inventory. We get our confirmations back. We're like, oh no, they canceled me on those. Mm-hmm. That's something I sell 200-300 of a year. I've got to find them somewhere else. And I was able to fill all those holes except for one.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, there was a plant that I really like. I planted off my deck a few years ago called Lava Lamp Flare. It's a dwarf paniculata hydrangea. So being that it's a paniculata, it's very easy to take care of. It likes full sun. It blooms really consistently, because like some of the other macrophylla varieties, sometimes they'll bloom, sometimes they don't. They don't like afternoon sun. They only like morning sun. This variety is so much easier to take care of. It only gets about 3 by 3, and it has a pink and white two-tone flower that dries red. And the stems are red,
it's really
and then the leaves are green. So even when it's not blooming, there's a nice two-tone color to it. It's not just kind of this plain green bush that's in the yard.
When the flowers dry, they stay on, so it looks like they're flowering for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they kind of dry nicely, so they still, and actually too, they're really good. Like you can cut them and use them as like a dried arrangement or something.
So is that one of your holes you're telling us?
Yes, that was one of the ones that I got a call back on. I was like, we can't do that. I've got to find more. So we found and then the trick is, because we try to buy as much of this product local as we can. I think it's important to support local businesses.
Mm-hmm.
These plants are grown in our zones. We did have to go out of state on this one, but we did find some really nice oversized material, which was a really nice find. And we're having that shipped in when we bring in our plants from Oregon.
Okay.
So
well, good. That's good to know. See, no matter what, folks, he's still out there, buying and making sure that everything that you're looking for is going to be coming in. And
I don't have to do with as much like that with the game of that.
Yeah, hers is in season. What do you have right now? Okay, I can't get it here, so I got to get it there. I can do some of my work ahead of time, which is nice, because in the moment sometimes you don't have time to fill all those holes. So
that kind of reminds me too, if you are looking for anything kind of specific, perennial or shrub
or tree
and shrub, or even annual or anything like that, if you're looking for something specific, give us a call, and we always have an ongoing request list.
Yep.
And if we can't find it right away, we're still I still have an ongoing list of like unusual things that people are looking for that I'm always on the lookout for, because if it's unusual and cool too, we're gonna get it.
And we like dealing with collectors. I mean, that's kind
of
we
look for that stuff too. That's our
We're actually getting ready to do a garden club seminar here. I think
next week or
the 5th, 17th, something like that. I have to look at the paperwork, but and that's fun. We get to go out and talk with people that are passionate about what they're doing. They enjoy it. And so we get to talk with them. I think this one's going to be a little bit on pruning. So we're going to take some of the larger roses we didn't cut back, take them down, show them how to do some pruning.
Don't fear the pruner, people.
No.
And we're going to talk about fertilization, how to wake everything up in the spring, and bed prep. And
say, hey, wake up. Get out of the bed.
Yes, yeah.
That was pretty good. And that just came to me right that moment. All right. On that note, we're going to take a break for the news. And we have, of course, Matt and Rachel. You can always give us a call at 330-450-1480. Send me an email at pcook@whbc.com. It is Let's Grow Together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center.
Hi, this is Jim Snyder of the Your Wealth, Your Retirement program, a financial education show for those seeking guidance. Are you retiring soon? Are you in the middle of changing jobs? Maybe you're just done with all of that risk in the 401k plan and you'd like to have a discussion about an early rollout. Maybe you're 70 and a half and you're in your income phase of your IRA. We can help you with all those. Give us a call at Senior Financial Group at 800-639-0824. That's 800-639-0824.
Hi. From the look of your cart, you're stocking up for the big game.
Yep, that's why I came to Discount Drug Mart. I've got 17 people coming over for the game, so I need every bit of this.
That explains all the brats and buns, the chips and dips, the pop and beer. But what about that bottle of bubbly? Is that to celebrate the big win?
My mother-in-law's coming, and I want to make a good impression.
Good choice.
Discount Drug Mart saves you the runaround. You'll find everything you need.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Fall in love with your home with one-of-a-kind finds at Habitat Restore in Canton. Browse over 37,000 square feet of new and gently used home goods and building materials to adore your home at a fraction of the price. Plus, when you shop and donate at Restore, you'll help local families build homes with Habitat for Humanity. Visit Restore at 1400 Raff Road Southwest in Canton. Habitat for Humanity Restore, the store that builds homes.
Dry skin, cloudy glasses, and bad-tasting water this winter? It could be hard water. Call Verndale Water Experts for a solution that fits your home. Visit VerndaleWater.com today.
Verndale's Water Center.
As we step into our second century, the signal is getting stronger. We aren't just on your dial anymore. We're in your smart home, your connected car, and your virtual reality, bringing you closer to the news, entertainment, and the community than ever before. News Talk 1480, WHBC.
WHBC AM Canton, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the News Talk 1480 WHBC newsroom, disturbing details continue to emerge in the death here in Ohio of 17-year-old Haley Busby of Indiana. We told you some of the preliminary information yesterday. The Hocking County sheriffs confirmed that the Columbus man accused in her disappearance led investigators to her buried remains in Perry County. The FBI completed a search of an Airbnb near Logan. The Hocking County Sheriff's Office says they recovered evidence there. The Supreme Court let California move forward with its new congressional map for the 2026 midterm elections yesterday. The decision means the state can use voting lines that could help Democrats gain 5 House seats, and notably, there were no noted dissents from the justices. California drew the new map after Texas Republicans redrew their own districts last year to help the GOP keep control of the House. In sports, the Cleveland Cavaliers downed the LA Clippers last night, 124-91. Newly acquired All-Star James Harden did not play. He's expected to make his debut with the Cavs on Saturday night when they take on the Kings. Tonight is the NFL Honors Program as the league honors its best. But we'll all be watching for the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame class of enshrinees. We'll meet them this evening as well. Enshrinement set for Saturday, August 8th. I'm Pam Cook.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Today will be very cold with a mix of clouds and sunshine reaching a high of 20. Tonight, expect low clouds and cold temperatures with breezy conditions and some light snow later on, accumulating about 1 inch. The low will be around 14. Tomorrow will be breezy and chilly with periods of snow and flurries throughout the day, accumulating 1 to 3 inches with a storm total of 1 to 3 inches. Untreated surfaces may become slippery. The high will be 31. With the AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
All right, we're planning, we're being positive, we're thinking about spring, all of those wonderful things. Let's grow together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center. Of course, you can call us at 330-450-1480. And also, you can check us out live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So make sure you take a peek, and you can ask questions anytime you want to, because these guys have the answers. I don't. But these guys do.
I see it's warming up. It's 9 degrees.
It's
now,
90.
So.
It's 90.
90.
That zero is on the wrong side.
Dang it, I keep doing that. Oh, man.
Dyslexia.
Yeah, here we go. I know. It's wishful thinking is what it is.
Yes,
but
yeah.
We'll get through it. And, like we were talking, the snow, it was one of those events that
doesn't happen often.
Doesn't happen often.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, and it is a good insulator for the plants, to have it kind of.
So if you got to look on the bright side, we're getting rid of all the nasty insects
Yes,
with this crazy cold, so that's a good thing.
That's good.
And we're protecting the plants with the snow load that's down, so that's a good thing. So as much as all of us don't like it, there are positives that are coming out of it.
There are.
Yes.
And also, as we sit inside, this is the time. Use the time wisely, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
now's
Do
a good
things now that you wouldn't do the rest of the year, so that you can be outside later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
So-
bundle up in your garage and go take a look at what you have out there.
Yeah.
And say, okay, I got to get my mower
Sharpen
in.
your pruners.
Yes, sharpen
or,
your pruners.
that
That's
kind of
right.
stuff,
Yeah.
so.
When I pull the mower in the garage, she gets mad. She has to park outside.
She, as in your
As-
wife.
as in my wife, yes.
Poor thing. What are you doing?
She's like, how long is that going to be in there? I'm like, I don't know, however long it takes me. She's like, tomorrow. Okay.
That's right. That's exactly right. I have my snowblower sitting there just in case, for the next use, right? Because we're supposed to get a couple of inches tomorrow, maybe 1 to 3.
Did you make sure you had a big fat extension cord for
I
that
did.
electric?
I did, and
Good.
I do. So I'm good.
Good.
I am good. I have everything taken care of, everything ready to be safe, and
Yeah, they're
so
saying
that's
a
good.
real small event Friday,
Yeah.
maybe like a 1 to 3. We've had a few dustings, so if we get like, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4, 2 inches, we're probably going to go push around just to make sure everything is clean. Because once you expose that concrete by doing a good scraping, it grabs radiated heat from the sun, and it'll expand that area that's thawed out much, much quicker than having it covered with the white snow. It's reflecting all that radiation and heat. So
Okay.
we'll probably go out and do a push on Friday if the weather allows it, to try to open up the driveways, because there's been like 3 or 4 half-inch dustings.
Yeah.
And we've been driving on it, so we're packing it down. So if we get a 1 to 1 3/4 to 2 inch push, we'll scrape that back clean again and allow the driveways to clear themselves back out.
And it's like a big ice,
block.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're like
I went
something-
down
some
to the
net
bottom
block.
of my driveway to get my trash can, and I was like, whoa, you have to be careful. So, all right, let's go to the phones. And we have Joe in North Canton. You are on the air with Roar's Nursery. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I've used your fertilizer the last several years and been very pleased.
Hey.
When I go to put it down for the next year, I'll still see those blue little spheres that from the previous year. Do they break down or?
So yes, that's a great question, and I've had a few people bring that up at the nursery. They're like, well, it's still there. I can see it from last year. Okay, so the little green balls, it's called a prill, and that shell will last for about 18 months, even though the fertilizer only lasts for 6 months. It's just in the design of the fertilizer itself. So even though you still see the green pellets there, the pellets themselves don't break down. The fertilizer's inside the pellet, and over time, moisture forces its way into the pellet, and the fertilizer is forced out of the pellet. So at the end, you're left with like empty balls of water. So if you were ever to pick up one of those old prills and like squeeze it between your fingers, it would pop. And it does just take a little longer for the shell to break down. So you still want to do it once a year, at least in the springtime, even if you see the prills left from the season before.
And the fertilizer inside of them, is that a granular?
So there's two different types of fertilizer. You have a pelletized fertilizer, and then you have like a water-soluble fertilizer that dilutes itself into water, turns the color of the water blue usually. This would be considered like a granular fertilizer, a pelletized fertilizer. It's going to break down slowly. There's different styles. The one that we have lasts for 6 months, so it's the longest feeding. There are some pellets where the pellet does dissolve over time. Those are generally the ones that are gone in about 4 to 6 weeks. So the reason we use ours is because we can do it once and be done with it for the season.
Right. But by using yours, inside of that blue ball is the fertilizer, right?
Correct. It's exposed to moisture and sunlight and time. It forces that moisture. The moisture naturally forces inside of that prill and then pushes the fertilizer outside of the prill, and it takes about 6 months for that to fully take place. The other thing about our fertilizer is, and not a lot of people talk about this, we have a lot of micronutrients in our fertilizer. Iron is very important for plants. It's what causes the dark, rich green color of the foliage. Now, a lot of people know that, but what they don't know is manganese is a activator. Basically, what that does is it allows the plant to absorb the iron. And if manganese isn't present in the soil, the plant won't absorb the iron no matter how much you put down. So, and having a blend like that has all the ingredients the plant needs to be successful is, I think, why that fertilizer is done so well for us.
Yeah, I've had a lot of success with it. So.
Good.
Great.
I appreciate that.
It's always good to hear good feedback about it.
Good and bad.
Good, just feedback in general.
If something's not working, I want to know that
right,
too,
absolutely,
so we can address it and find a better solution.
Well, thank you, and we'll see you in the spring if it ever gets here.
Thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Yeah, isn't that funny? So that's kind of crazy that it does,
Yeah.
it hangs around, man.
Yeah, it does. And it is, if you kind of just pop it, it's kind of like hollow. It almost feels like a shell.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a shell that controls the speed of release.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that
makes
slowly
sense.
breaks down
the
over
shell
time.
just takes like 18 months to break down, whereas the fertilizer's done its job in the first 6 months.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I always kind of like to kind of relate it to like a multivitamin in a way. I mean, it kind of just has the general, which everybody kind of needs the major nutrients, but also has some like micronutrients in there too. But.
And so when would you suggest that people, start, I know we're early February here, but they go out and purchase their fertilizer from you guys?
I mean, you can purchase it now if you want.
Okay.
I mean, as long as it's kept dry and, in a regular temperature
preferably
area.
in a dark area. I mean, not a dark area, but in an area like where sunlight's shining
what
in
if
a
it was
window
in your
right
garage?
on the bag. Yeah,
that's perfect.
That's where mine is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay.
just get out of the wet environment stuff.
Because I would
It'll last.
certainly love to. It's always a good feeling that when you do something like that, set it in there, and then the first warm day comes, and you're like, "Oh, I want to go out and do something," and you have it.
You have yes, yeah. You don't have to run around. And, you can just get out there and do what you want.
And I know we have a lot of days. We've got a lot of time ahead of us,
Yes.
but certainly it's it's worth it to just pre-plan.
Let's talk about hope. About 8 to 10 days out, it looks, if the weather people are correct. I know it's a long ways out, but I'm going to hope anyway.
Let's have hope anyway.
Yes.
It does look like there is a warm up coming. Yeah. We're supposed to see some, upper 30s, maybe even lower 40s coming, and then we're a week or two after that, hopefully we're in the 50s and 60s.
And
I like that.
Nice.
And I heard
like a heat wave.
a saying a long time ago, and it said, "No matter how long the winter is, spring is sure to follow."
That's right. So it does. We have to remember
sometimes
that.
it goes right to summer, but I mean,
because when we turned the clocks back or whatever the heck, and all that stuff, and it made it dark, earlier, and I can't stand that, and it just feels just so wintry.
February is the first month where you start to see the days get longer.
Yeah. They said by Friday, that by tomorrow, it'll stay light till 6 o'clock, which is wonderful to me. Oh my gosh.
Groundhog Day is kind of all about, like that whole marking point of the days.
Yeah, it's great. It just feels good to be in February.
Yes,
that we made it through the month of January.
We're getting there.
We're getting there slowly but surely.
I see the vast majority of the groundhogs did not see their shadow.
Except for Phil.
Yeah, Phil. What is Phil's problem?
Phil's never, Phil has not, like 30% of the time he's correct.
Yeah.
He's never.
That's good.
Phil's mad. He's like, could you people start holding me up in the middle of the air? Could you put me back in my burrow, please? I don't like it out
job.
here.
Yeah.
Phyllis, his wife, divorced him and left. She moved to Florida, and so he poor
I'll
guy.
tell you what, they were pretty cold last week too.
Oh my gosh!
I got a buddy who lives in Daytona. He's like, oh my gosh. He's like, I can't handle this.
Miami was like 27 degrees.
It's like 15 in Daytona.
That's that. My
That's
mom.
weird.
My mom
That's
lived in Jacksonville for years, and so did my brother. And so that's the northern part, obviously, of Florida. And so they've got a few cooler things, but nothing like that. And I do remember going down there for Christmas, and so excited to go spend Christmas. And we got up in the morning; it was like 31 degrees.
You're like, well, it's a little better.
I'm in Florida. This is not supposed to be like this. You know, what is happening?
Get away from that. Yeah.
And a lot of their plants down there are house plants that they have planted outside as
Yeah.
shrubbery.
Yeah.
So 15
They're
degrees
houseplants,
is
yeah.
not a good thing for those.
No.
So there's going to be some major, I wanted to tell you that too.
Well.
You and Kristen really need to look at our houseplant order and make sure that we're going to be able to get what we need because
Oh yeah.
those all the
because
growers
of that,
for that
yes.
are down in Florida.
That's kind of stuff we need to think about.
And they're
you
going
know.
to the local businesses are going to be buying up that in
Yeah.
much greater quantities,
Yeah.
so that we want to make sure that we have what we have coming locked in. And part of it's, some of it's a first come, first serve, and we get warm later. So
Right.
So
Right.
it could create a shortage in houseplants this year because of the major replanting.
Tropical,
Tropical
kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
tropical,
a lot of
sorry.
things can become houseplants.
Yeah, it can be
Right.
either
But-
way.
Yes.
Right.
So,
All right.
But yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take our final break here. And of course, we still have time for your calls. 330-450-1480. You can watch us live on Facebook and also on our YouTube channel. So check us out there. It is Let's Grow Together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center.
Hi, it's Angie Roar with Roar's Nursery. Spring feels like it's so far away, but at Roar's, we're getting ready for it. Why not get an early start on spring yourself and call now to schedule your appointment with one of our experts to brighten up your landscape? Visit us at Roar's Nursery on Everhard Road, Roar's Nursery on Portage Street, or roarsnursery.com.
Roar's Nursery. We want to be your number one nursery. Roar's Nursery. We want to be your number one nursery.
As we enter into the new year, we're all trying to find new ways to save money, especially energy costs. One way to do that is to get solar panels for your home. Hi, I'm Pam Cook. With the recent improvements in solar technology and the increase in electric costs, solar panels are making more sense for more people here in Ohio. The folks at Yellow Light would love to give you a free consultation to see if your home is a good candidate for solar panels. They'll show you how much you can save on your energy costs. Call Yellow Light today, 216-220-6233.
At Rooster's Wings, we're not just winging it, we're bringing it. The meatiest meat and the light, crispy crust that complements the tenderness and juiciness of the chicken, oh, so perfectly. Rooster's Wings serves chicken that's always fresh, never frozen. The chicken salad is a meal in itself. Check out the 99-cent wings on Mondays and find out why Rooster's chicken tenders are the talk of the town. Flock over to Rooster's Wings on Dressler Road in North Canton, a fun, casual joint, or visit them online at roosterswings.com.
Hi. From the look of your cart, you're stocking up for the big game.
Yep, that's why I came to Discount Drug Mart. I've got 17 people coming over for the game, so I need every bit of this.
That explains all the brats and buns, the chips and dips, the pop and beer. But what about that bottle of bubbly? Is that to celebrate the big win?
My mother-in-law's coming, and I want to make a good impression.
Good choice.
Discount Drug Mart saves you the runaround. You'll find everything you need.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Right now, save $16 on a pair of Rain-X Rugged XL wiper blades, plus get 2 times O rewards points only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
All right, it is our final segment here on Let's Grow Together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center. We're going to go back to the phones. It wouldn't be a complete show without Al in Plain Township. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, you guys. You know, Matt, I wanted to tell you guys are spot on. Last year, I paid all my attention to my front yard. And, you know, with that drought, that was a lot of work. I had a lot of shrubs up off the side, and they needed watered.
Yep.
So I didn't get to do the back. I talked about those blanket flowers, the hydrangea tree. I laid off from that last year because I was really paying attention to my front.
Yeah. You were spending your time and energy taking care of what you've already planted. Right.
Absolutely. And I think if you do too much, Matt, you said if you do too much, it's gonna be it's too much.
Right.
Yeah.
None of
and
it's
then you
going
get
to be good.
discouraged
Right.
and yeah.
Right. No, pick away at it.
Right. Share will be my backyard, so I will get those blanket flowers and that hydrangea tree. And you know, and I was out yesterday feeding my birds, and please, people, feed your birds because they're struggling right now because
they are.
So I'm out there feeding my birds, and I'm looking. You can look on top of the snow and see where your plants are, what you want to do. So this year, blanket flowers, hydrangea tree, and I talked about that gooseneck. I'm going to take some of that out, and I know this is an annual, and I bought these from you last caleniums. Those things are beautiful.
Which one? What was it?
And a calenium.
Oh, yes.
Caladiums.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Caladiums.
Great color.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think I want to put some of those around the pond where
they'll be happy there.
Gooseneck is because I have way too much of it, and that'll really bring a nice, I think, to the back.
Is that bulb hardy?
But you're right.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not a hardy bulb, but you can save them. You can pull them up and save them like a dahlia bulb.
And dry them and then replant them in the spring.
Yeah, the caladiums. Yeah.
They're not going to live through the winter, though. Outside.
Oh, I could have dug them up and brought them in the house.
Yeah, you could have reused them for next year then.
Yeah. So do that this year.
Well,
uh-oh.
All right, I'll do it this year. There you go. So anyways, you're right on. This year's my backyard, and it makes it because man, you don't want to get over. I hope we have another drought like we did last year. So, but you're right on with everything you said. So
yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. It is true. So because you can get very overwhelmed and then just get discouraged. So.
We can't wait to see pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I think we need to broadcast live from Al's house.
Yeah, hey.
I'll bring the donuts.
You bring the garlic. We'll bring donuts, okay?
Absolutely. I was thinking about him when I was cooking the other night. I'm like, I'm using some dried garlic powder. I should call Al up, see if he's got any extra garlic laying around.
He's probably like, garlic powder, what?
What? Yes. You don't use garlic powder, do you, Al?
No. Garlic. If you need garlic, I have it.
Nice.
Yeah, I have plenty of garlic.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. All right, guys. Well, anyways, yep, I'm excited.
Great.
Still get out.
Good to hear you planning, too.
Yep. So, all right. Good talking to everybody.
All righty.
Talk to you soon. Good talking to you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right.
You heard him.
So.
Yeah, I heard it.
Let's go get that garlic.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I know. That's kind of funny. Because what did he say? How many didn't he tell us last week how many he plants? How much?
Tons and tons.
Yeah, I know. It was over 100.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. But so, you know what? This is a person who has such a passion for all the things that he plants and everything that he does. And that's awesome. It's a fun thing.
I guarantee he takes that same passion into his cooking.
Oh,
And that's why
I'm
having
sure.
fresh
Absolutely.
ingredients
Yeah.
is so important.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what's good about like what we were talking about, kind of just taking things in stages because you do you get excited about something and, very gung ho. And then, if you just overdo it.
Whatever you're going to plant, you have to be able to take care of for a year.
Yes.
That's right.
And it really makes it enjoyable.
Yep.
Yeah. And it has to be successful too. 'Cause
Yes.
if it's not, then
Yeah, you do have a better chance of
Right.
success when you're
Yeah.
able to concentrate on one area.
One specific
one area.
Yeah.
Like the basil.
Right, and now this
Yes.
next summer, he's not going to have to worry about the watering quite so much on those new shrubs because they had a whole year to root into the ground.
Gotcha.
And so he'll be able to focus a little bit more on that next new area that he's planting with, which much less work into the front area.
That's right. Hear that, Al? Just I'm sure he knows that. I'm sure he already knows that.
Yes,
but
yeah.
And that's good. And then the drought. I hope we do not have to deal
that was
with that
rough one
again.
last year, yeah.
It was rough. It was rough, but hopefully we won't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Keep
And-
our fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully we don't see much damage too. I mean, a lot of things, if they went into the winter and into the fall
Dry.
very dry, I mean, they're
Yeah,
at a
you-
low chance.
So
less of a chance.
we've been watering our hoop houses where we store all the plant material, making sure everything stays wet, and we haven't had to water anything for about the last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
Because we hit that cold, and with that moisture froze in the pot, which is perfect because there's moisture in the roots, moisture around the roots,
Okay.
and they freeze, and everything's
Greenhouses and
good.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So now that if we warm back up, then of course we start to get evaporation. Then we'll have to go up and start watering again. But we made sure everything was wet going into that super cold. And so when it freezes, there's good moisture around the roots to protect them.
Wow. See, I would have that would have scared me. I would have thought that would be damaging, but no.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope. In the soil, even outside your house, if there's good moisture present when they freeze. So there's moisture in the roots and moisture around the roots. Everything freezes copacetic. If the soil's dry, the roots freeze and can rupture because there's no moisture around the roots, putting equal pressure back on the roots.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that's
That
why it's
makes
important
sense.
to, plant stuff that's hardy for our zone and stuff because they're used to that, things that are, native to Florida. They're just, they don't know. They're not going to.
You wanted to play Mythbusters next week.
Yeah,
I
we're
think
gonna do
that's
that.
that's a
I love
great
that idea.
Yeah.
I think that's
Here's a fact that is not a fact in my opinion.
Yeah.
We are not zone 6. We are zone 5.
I agree with you. Yes.
So
right now, we are definitely
So
zone
that,
5.
that myth is busted.
Right.
Okay.
So, and if you look at the USDA's or Agricultural's website, they list us as zone 6. We are not zone 6. They only reevaluate their temperature ranges about every 10 years. Well,
gee.
look at the last years before this. We were pretty mild. I mean, like you said, you were out for Tom's birthday a year ago.
Yeah, last year
working
we
in
were
the yard.
working in the outside this time.
So
Yeah.
this year is going to go back into that figuring of the calculations, bring us back down, and we're going to be zone 5. My thing is they're going to give you an average. Why would you take an average? A plant doesn't care about an average.
No.
One time zone
No,
5,
yeah.
and we're zone 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
right.
some people can grow zone 6 plants on the east side of the house with like a brick siding where you're getting reflective heat off that. There
Winter
are
wind
what we
protection,
call
that kind of stuff.
microclimates. And yes, those could potentially be a zone 6, but out in the middle of your yard, northwest facing, we're zone 5.
There you go.
Just it's
Well,
one of the
producer Nick
That
came
was-
up with the idea, and we're going to follow it. Next week, we're going to bust some myths. We're
So
going to
if there's any,
Yeah, there's- yeah.
any gardening information that you've heard, hey, I heard you can do,
Do this, or I
yeah,
can do-
I can do
Yeah.
that. Let's talk about it next week on
Yeah.
the show.
I love it.
And hopefully we'll be able to answer the questions. If you ask something we don't know, I will find out for you.
That's a great idea. And you
Yeah.
can email me ahead of time if you want to, pcook@whbc.com, or just call in next week and those guys will tell you yes or no if it's true or not. All right, give us locations and everything, Matt.
Yeah, we have 2 Roars Nursery locations, 5357 Everhard Road in Canton and 7211 Portage Street in Massillon.
All right, we'll bust those myths next Thursday. See you then.
See you then.
Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Rohr's Nursery. Spring feels like it's so far away, but at Rohr's, we're getting ready for it. Why not get an early start on spring yourself and call now to schedule your appointment with one of our experts to brighten up your landscape? Visit us at Rohr's Nursery on Everhard Road, Rohr's Nursery on Portage Street, or rohrsnursery.com.
Rohr's Nursery. We want to be your number one nursery. Rohr's Nursery. We want to be your number one nursery.
Are you ready to accelerate towards your dream?